That is the newest from Craig Morgan, this old boy on Kicks 105.5. A good morning to you at 7:44. Joining us as he does and getting the most amount of time that I could possibly give him. Don't tell the boss.
Yeah.
It's National Bosses Day, by the way. Happy National Bosses Day. I know that.
Why are you saying that to me?
Your wife.
You think for one
really
second I'm the boss?
It's the boss.
Yeah, yeah. I'll be.
But you're like the Queen of England. You represent. There's your face and your voice on the radio.
I'm the monarch.
There you have it. Skip. On to the next thing. Here we go. My questions for you.
I love it when you have questions because I have a subject that I could just throw out the window.
So I am curious. We've talked about going without insurance before, and then
how fun is that, huh?
When you come on to insurance, do you get penalized if you've gone a couple months or a couple weeks, or what if you've gone years? You've had a vehicle, you haven't insured it, you haven't had insurance, and then you decide to come on, and the company says, well, you haven't had insurance for a while. Do they just charge you more? Do they just deny you? Do you have to go with a special insurance like an SR22?
So you don't need an SR22 unless you got caught for not having insurance. If you get caught for not having insurance, yeah, you're definitely calling to get insurance. So you're right on all fronts, to be totally honest with you. So you remember when you were in high school and you had a girlfriend and then all the other girls wanted to be your girlfriend, and then when your girlfriend dumped you, nobody wanted to date you?
I'm sorry, I don't.
No, that was my life. That was my life. You were such a
I'm
popular.
still looking for somebody.
Yeah. Anyway, that's how insurance companies kind of work.
Okay.
They really want to insure you if you have insurance because remember, these guys run off statistical data, law of averages. You name every actuarial thing you could think of, and that's what they're using to justify cost in offering of coverage.
So no data.
So if you have statistically, it's proven that if you have had no insurance, or if you've had an insurance gap of longer than 30 days, which is the usual gap allotment, if it's over 30 days, then that becomes a problem. Many companies just right off the bat, sorry, we're not willing to offer coverage.
So what do you do?
So you go to the companies that say, we're willing to offer coverage, but you got to pay for it.
All right.
Now, truth be told, it's not necessarily all that expensive. Now, if you go from paying zero for insurance to paying what they're looking to charge you, yeah, that's pricey because zero to whatever is a lot. But in terms of the overall price, you're going to be paying a little more than a preferred company, which is where you would want to be. But companies like Progressive and Dairyland and many others will take you on without having current coverage.
Other than moving violations and accidents, are there other things that make insurance go up, like parking tickets?
No.
You don't get a...
No. If you're a bad parker, sorry.
No big deal.
No big deal.
Like Steve Parker at Graphic Shop. Sorry. So if I'm a serial killer, my insurance for my car...
Well, felons, that's typically something we ask about.
Actually, really? If I'm a felon...
On some of the questionnaires, I think this asks if you've been convicted of a felony or any bribery or fraud. Or basically, again, we're going off statistical data. So if you're kind of a bad egg, companies don't necessarily want a bad egg because there is a level of trust and comfort with insuring somebody. So if you've been convicted of being a bad egg, what's the probability of you still being a bad egg and maybe doing a fraudulent claim? I mean,
or using your vehicle as like the getaway car.
All right.
Yeah,
or the accessory to the crime.
No, but so seriously, aside from the killer part, like having pigs in a convertible, like, as long as I don't get caught, I'm just looking for something to do this weekend.
Yeah.
There is. But are there things that you would say to somebody, look, you shouldn't do these things because these are potential things, aside from speeding and doing dumb things like that and getting points or not wearing a seatbelt or talking on a cell phone, that will make your insurance go up? Or is it pretty much standard, those are the things?
Well, I mean, every violation has its own weight.
Okay.
So some companies, you just mentioned one of them, getting pulled over and ticketed for being on a cell phone. We are hands-free in many states.
They're now considering that to be similar to like DUI, and that's getting worse and worse.
It is. I've got some companies that if you're shopping for insurance and you have a cell phone violation, they will not write you.
Really?
Yes.
Wow.
You think about it, that the number one issue, insurance companies are out to make money. I know that comes as an absolute shock to everybody. But insurance companies, in order to remain vibrant and able to offer coverage, they need to be profitable. And profitability goes down pretty heavily when you've got distracted driving, which is at really an epidemic rate. So companies get really concerned if you are on the cell phone once, you will be on the cell phone again. and it could be worse next time. Instead of a violation, it could be a horrible accident.
Make sure you pull over to call Mike Barrett at Barrett Insurance Agency. Don't call him. Hey, can I get insurance? Are you driving? Yes, 95 down the highway right now, Mike. But I want to know, can I get a quote?
Yeah. So what I love is at least now they've broadened it. It used to be no phone. Don't use your phone while driving. Well, I'm not. I'm just checking in on Facebook.
Right.
I'm Instagramming.
Yep.
Now it's electronic devices, and that that's something that needs to really be. We're all guilty to some degree. I mean,
you more than I. But at the same time,
no, my rotary phone doesn't travel with it.
At some point, it's so easy with my jitterbug. Big numbers.
So many people out there. What's a rotary phone?
What's a rotary phone? But so a lot of people.
Caller number 5 now. Dang it! Zing, 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 zing. Zing, 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 zing.
Yes, pulled over if you're trying to win on Kicks 105.5. If you want to find out about what a rotary phone is and insurance
Google
that is more appropriate for you, and I think at some point we will probably end up talking about manufacturers or laws being passed about your cell phone will literally just become a
brick while you're driving,
disabled. Yeah. It literally, because there'll be something that'll make it so it's just not functioning. Which, unless there's an emergency and some thing or alarm or red light or something will go off in your vehicle.
Yeah.
So, if you would like to talk to Mike Barrett at Barrett Insurance Agency, you can do so by calling
748-5224. You can visit us on Portland Street in St. Johnsbury, right in the same building as Beacon Realty, kind of tucked in between Beacon Realty and Union Bank's Portland Street branch. You can also find us online, thebarrettagency.com, Google, Facebook, and YouTube, all Barrett Insurance Agents.
Thanks, buddy. Good to hear from you.
Have a great day.